What's up there, fellow rock stars? I'm going to try to be brief with this. This is something I wanted to really address because it seems like, time and time again, people, seem to get stuck on being able to go to the level they want to go in their business. And I think that all comes down to setting your goals right. And I'm always shifting that every few months. I'm reevaluating what my goals are. Did I hit what my targets were? How close am I? How much did I exceed that? And then I'm adjusting. I'm always moving that forward. And I never find myself being successful when I'm just spinning my wheels with no ultimate objective. So I'm actually going to share with you my own way of doing this. I like to backwards engineer my success and backwards engineer my business plans. Dr. Dan and I do this all the time when we're on the phone. We'll talk about objectives we have for ourselves, things we want to do personally and in business, and how much money that costs, how much we need to generate to do that, and that makes it very clear how to build a map. And Dan likes to use MAP as an acronym for Massive Action Plan, and I really like that. So I'm going to tell you how I build my maps, and I'm going to share with you one of my earlier maps that I used a while back when I was originally trying to break into taking my business to a level where I had the lifestyle I wanted to achieve by being in business for myself. So let me just bring up this little simple little text document I put. Look, you go ahead and put a few things down that you want. Maybe there's a car you want, a kind of house you want, living costs that, to live a lifestyle that you want. It might be, the high-speed internet you get for your house. I mean, just list out everything, your living costs. It might be how many times you want to eat out, what kind of food you want to buy for your house, etc., etc. Vacations, these luxury things, being able to go and afford to take great vacations. And then saving, whether it's college savings, or I can also say savings is a part of paying off and eliminating any debts you have. I'm in a fortunate position where we're essentially debt free, so that's really not one of my things on here. So after I look at this, I look at the expenses that it takes on a monthly basis. I chunk things down. And say, okay, this is what it costs per month. And a lot of this, some of this is even covered in a great book you probably read, The 4-Hour Workweek. But I kind of simplify that, and I just ask myself a few questions. Where am I now in terms of this goal? What I need per month? What do I need to get there? How many X's do I need to sell or to provide in order to get to my monthly goal? Where's the discrepancy? And so let me go through kind of some of the things that I have achieved all these goals a while back, and so I'm just going to share with you some of that. Okay, so at one point, I wanted to drive a nice BMW. And this is the actual car that I drive. It's the color and the style and everything. I wanted to drive that. I wanted that car. Call me Bane or whatever. That's just the car I really liked at the time. Actually, my new goal is now an even bigger, better, badder car. So, but anyway, this was the car I drive, and I achieved that. I determined how much money I needed to make payments on that, to afford that, and be comfortable with that. Then the house. I wanted to raise my family in a nice, safe, awesome community where we're comfortable, happy, and have everything we need. And we looked around and. I wanted to have a gated community with a guard. I wanted a nice big house to be able to grow because we have a baby and we're planning on having more children, so I wanted a house we can grow into, have plenty of room. This is actually where we live. I wanted nice amenities. I wanted a golf course. I wanted a really cool pool. So we live in this really cool gated community. I'm not saying this to brag. This is actually what we planned on. This is what I envisioned beforehand. And so I did the research and figured out what it would cost to be able to live in this community, a community like this, and to be able to have these nice things. Then wanted to take really cool vacations, at least 2 or 3 really nice vacations every year. We looked at different things. We like the beach, so we looked at how much those vacations cost to be gone for a whole week, maybe even 2 weeks, 2-3 times a year at least, and so determine what that costs. Then we want to save for our kids' college and stuff, and have extra money to save and to pay for our lifestyle, all that good stuff. And guys, it really is that simple as just making this plan out. And I remember at that time when I was going through that, that number, and I think I shared this with you in the message you might have seen, is in that time I realized that to do all these things and have all these things, for me, that was right at $10,000 a month. Now that is the sense, my goal has since skyrocketed way beyond that, but guys, you can live the life you want if you really understand what it costs to live it. And to have these things was $10,000 a month, comfortably can afford the car, the house, my wife's car, living costs, vacations, saving, being able to save what we want to save. And so at that time, let's just assume I was starting at zero. I knew as a consultant doing the consulting work that I just needed 10 clients paying me $1,000 a month. And at that time, I already had a number of clients that were paying me where I was already at about a $5,000 a month income. So I really only needed 5 additional clients paying me $1,000 a month. And I was able to go for that in a matter of 2 months. I was able to actually get 10 new clients. So I was able to build this whole thing from scratch, essentially, paying me $1,000 a month apiece. I was able to get the number I needed to live the life I wanted. So I just reverse engineered. I started with the end in mind and worked my way backwards. Guys, this is all you have to do. This is what the most successful people out there do in order to achieve their dreams. So guys, I don't have anything else to share with you right now, but take out a piece of paper and do this. This process alone will put you ahead of so many people out there who are only making excuses and are continuing to struggle. So guys, that's all I have for you. On behalf of our good friend, Dr. Dan, I'm gonna remind you to always keep rocking. Oh, and Dan would say, to be a rock star in your business and in your life.